Well, hello and how are you? Hey, friends. Welcome to the Shen Show. I am your host, Shenandoah Briscoe. Sorry about the delay. Uh, ugh, had some weather issues. Can't really read either. Anyway, today's Wednesday, May the 8th, 2024. God, happy birthday. Shout out going out to Desiree Lane and Insun Wilson. So, without further ado, hey, Insun. Hey, Desiree. Hey, I heard it's your birthday today. Why, that's another year gone away. I hope you're enjoying your special day because, well, it's your happy birthday day today. Day today. I said, hey, Desiree. Hey, Insun. Hey, I heard it's your birthday today. Why, that's another trip around the sun that you made. I hope you're enjoying your special day because, well, it's your happy birthday day today. Looking good, girls. Looking good. All right. Alrighty then. Let's do a weather forecast for the St. Charles viewing area. All right. We got a camera coming up. So. All right. Sorry. We had a camera anyway. After we done them birthday shout outs, we were supposed to do uh, Essential fans. Forgot all about them, didn't we? Almost. All right. Essential fans. Samantha. Uh, I'm sorry, Savann Murphy Beason. Keith Woodfin. Diana Gray. Darla. Gilmore. Teply. Sherry Williams Divine. Lori Moore. a.k.a. Lori Taylor. a.k.a. Thumper. Plus Rico Murphy, Jarvis Smoker, Patrick Gardner, and Kyle O'Neill. All right, already there we go. Al, shoot. Got an itchy top lip. Trying to break that mustache right back down where it belongs. All right, here we go. Now then, back to that raincast. I mean forecast. Yep, today being Wednesday, May the 8th, here we go. We got variable clouds with scattered strong thunderstorms. High temperatures near 70 degrees Fahrenheit with winds south to southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Chances of rain 100% because it's been coming down. Isolated thunderstorms this evening. Skies will become partly cloudy after midnight. Low temperatures of 61 degrees Fahrenheit with winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 30%. And then we got Thursday, May the 9th. Partly cloudy skies with high temperatures of 71 degrees Fahrenheit with winds west to northwest at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies with low temperatures near 50 degrees Fahrenheit with winds north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then for Friday, May the 10th, we've got partly cloudy skies, highs near 71 degrees Fahrenheit with winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Clear skies with a few passing clouds, low temperatures of 54 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for Saturday, March the 11th, mainly sunny skies. High temperatures of 74 degrees Fahrenheit with winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Clear skies overnight, low temperatures of 52 degrees Fahrenheit, winds west to northwest at 5 to 20, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday, March the 12th, except for a few afternoon clouds, mainly sunny skies. High temperatures near 81 degrees Fahrenheit with winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies in the evening with more clouds for later at night. Low temperatures of 58 degrees Fahrenheit with winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Oh, bear with folks if I lose power. Well, show will be over. All right, Monday, March the 13th, our fifth and final day of our 5-day forecast. Increasing clouds with showers arriving sometime in the afternoon. High temperatures near 75 degrees Fahrenheit with winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 60%. Cloudy with occasional rain showers overnight with low temperatures near 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds east to southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 60%. That's your 5-day forecast for the Central June area, brought to you today by Helping Hands Thrift Store and Foster Care Closet. Helping Hands Thrift Store and Foster Care Closet is located at 416 South 5th Street. But the rain's coming down. Man, my grass is getting higher and higher and higher. Somebody fixed my lawnmower the other day and put a belt on it, but forgot to go around the tensioner, or if it wasn't going around the temperature, then they too forgot um they bought the belt that was too long or something of that nature. Either way, that hurt. That being said, um, let's do some song lyrics. If we can read, we'll get through it. Wouldn't it be prudent to get all the way through it? I, I was just thinking of one. What is it? What was it? It was something I was just thinking of. Memory. I wish I had a memory so that I could sing song that I thought about all along. We'll do that one in the meantime. Song lyrics, memories. That ain't it. Song lyrics, memories, the Carpenters. Maybe it wasn't there. Song lyrics, memories, Barbra Streisand. Memory like the windows in your eyes. Song lyrics, memories like the echoes of your mind. It was Barbara Streisand. It was called The Way We Were. Memories like the corners of your mind. Misty water, colored memories of the way we were. Scattered pictures of the smiles we left behind. Smiles we gave to one another for the way we were. Can it be that I was all so simple then? Yeah, has time rewritten every line. If we had the chance to do it again, tell me, would we be? Could we be memories? Maybe beautiful and yet, oh, what's too painful to remember? We simply chose to forget. So it's the laughter we would remember whenever we remember the way it was and the way we were, the way we were. Memories. Okay. All right, that wasn't the song I was thinking of. I just cannot think of it. Not at all. Not at all. Can't think of the words. That I heard. All right, well. All right, well, in lieu of that, um, we'll check out the. Oh, by the way, everything that was going on today, like maybe the baseball game, kind of rained out. Caregiver's sister was going to it today. Okay, Iris Day is the holidays for today that nobody really knows. Iris Day, National Indoor Intercourse Day. That's because you don't do that outside. National Reception Day, receptionist. Non-Shock Day, School Nurse Day, VE Day, and World Red Cross Day, World Red Crescent Day. There you go. That's today's holidays that no one knows about. All right, story time with kids. My bedtime stories with the kids. Do, 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 do. Do stories instead. Do stories instead. No place so to be. Well, all right. we're just going to do Rapunzel. Hey, kiddos, it's time for TV Grandpa. So just jump up on the couch or jump up on the bed, wherever it is you rest your sleepy little head, because TV Grandpa is going to lull you off to sleep with another um, relaxing bedtime treat. Rapunzel. Once upon a time, there lived a carpenter and his wife. More than anything, they yearned for a child of their own. At long last, their wish came true. They were going to have a baby. Now, from their second floor window, the wife could see the garden next door. Such fine, straight rows of fresh green plants, but no one dared to see them up close, for the garden belonged to a witch. Well, one day, the wife was staring at the greens from her window. How delicious those big green heads of lettuce look. Well, I must eat one of them, she said to her husband. You must go and get me some. Those pregnancy cravings, I tell you. I cannot, said the husband. I know as well as I do, or you know as well as I do, that the garden belongs to a witch. If I cannot have that lettuce, said the wife, I will not eat anything at all. I will die. What could the carpenter do? So later that night, he climbed over the garden wall. Taking very quiet steps, he broke one green head of lettuce from the ground. Holding the lettuce close to his chest, he climbed back over the garden wall. His wife ate all the lettuce right away, but eating the lettuce only made her want more, and she said if she could not have more lettuce, there was nothing she would eat. And so the next night, the carpenter climbed back over the garden wall. He broke one more head of lettuce from the ground, and all at once rang a high, loud voice. Exactly. What do you think you're doing? I? Uh, well, I am getting lettuce from my wife, said the carpenter. Beef, yelled the witch. You will pay for this. Please, said the carpenter. My wife is going to have a baby. She saw your lettuce and wanted it so very much. Well, why does that matter to me? Howled the witch. Well, I will do anything to make it this right, begged the carpenter. He thought, surely I can build her something that she would like. Well, you say you will do anything, said the witch. Yes, just name it, he said. Fine, said the witch. Here's the deal. Go ahead, take all the lettuce you want. Your wife will have a baby girl, and when she does, that baby will be mine. What? Said the carpenter. I will never agree to that. You already did, said the witch. Now, as she pointed out he had already stolen some of the lettuce, and she laughed and you laughed. So, indeed, the wife had a baby girl, just as the witch had predicted. And to keep the baby safe from the witch, the carpenter built a tall tower deep in the woods. He built a staircase that led up to a room at the very top. and he installed one long pointed window at the top room. He and his wife took turns staying there with the baby. But the witch had a magic ball, and the magic ball showed her where the baby was in the top room of the tower. But when the carpenter and his wife were both inside the house, the witch cast a spell over both of them, and they fell into a deep sleep. The witch went directly to the tower and up to the room at the top where the baby lies sleeping in its cradle. Your name, hissed the witch. I will call you Rapunzel, for that is the name of the lettuce that brought you to me. With her magic, the witch sent the carpenter and his wife back to their cottage, and the witch did not know how to take care of a baby. Rapunzel grew into a child, and the witch did not know how to cut her hair. And the girl's blonde hair grew longer and longer. All the witch could do was keep the little girl locked in the room at the very top of the tower. She told the child that the world was a very bad place and that this is why she must never leave the tower. As she grew, as uh, many times Rapunzel said to the witch, there is nothing here for me to do. Why must I stay in this tower all day? And the witch shouted back, I told you so many times, the world is a very bad place. Now, comb your hair and be quiet. It really is it really so bad out there? Rapunzel would sometimes insist. I hear people laughing down there below the windows. At such times, the witch would yell, how many times do I have to repeat myself? Don't listen to anything you see or hear out there. The world is much worse than you think. On her 12th birthday, Rapunzel found the courage to say to the witch, I don't care what you say anymore. I am so tired of staying here alone all the time. And when you are gone, I will chip away at the door. I will make a hole. I will run down the stairs and go outside, and you can't stop me. You think so, said the witch. Think again. And with her powers, she made the staircase in the tower collapse. She closed up the door at the base of the tower so there was no trace of it. And now there was no way for Rapunzel to escape. By then, Rapunzel's hair had grown very long, very long. And once the staircase was gone, it was time for the witch to visit her in the tower. She would call from outside, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. And so Rapunzel would throw her long blonde braids out the window, and the witch would grab hold of her like a rope. And that is how the witch could climb up to the tower wall and into the window into Rapunzel's room. 5 more long years went by. Poor Rapunzel, she had to stay in that room day after day. All she could do was sing a sad song from the window. Sometimes birds at the treetops would join her in song, and then uh, she uh, would climb a little better, but only a little. Well, one day, Prince was riding through the woods, and he heard a sound of beautiful singing. It seemed like it was coming from the treetops, but of course, that was impossible. And he rode closer to the sound, and at last was standing before the tower. And there, this is odd, he said, looking around the base of the tower. There is no door to get in it, yet somehow is singing at the very top of the tower. How does anyone get up, in, or out? The singing continued, or it enchanted him, and the prince found himself returning to the better or to the tower every day. Who was this young woman, and why was she there every day? Well, one day when the prince rode up to the tower, he saw an old woman standing at the tower base. Yes, it was a scale. Wait a minute. One day when the prince rode up to the tower, he saw an old woman standing at the base of the tower, and he jumped behind a tree to hide. His horror heard, uh, he heard the witch call out, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. And a long blonde braid was thrown out from a window at the very top. The old woman grabbed onto the braid and she climbed to the window at the very top of the tower. Aha, thought the prince. So that's how it's done. And he waited. After a bit, the braid was thrown out the window again, and the witch climbed back down the tower wall, and then she left. The prince waited some more, and he stepped up to the tower, and in a voice that sounded as close as he could to the witch, he said, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. In a moment, the same long braid came out the window. It works, thought the prince, and he started climbing up the tower wall. You can be sure that Rapunzel was very surprised to see the prince climbing into her windows. She had never seen a person up close before, and then other than the witch, much less a man. Who are you? She said in fear. Oh, don't worry, said the prince. I am a friend. I don't know what you mean, said Rapunzel. Well, I feel as if I know you, said the prince, since I have heard your singing every day. You have a beautiful voice, and I have a lot. You're all near. Don't you just love it? How you feeling?
Okay.
Okay, good.
Huh?
I said, okay, good.
Look at me.
You getting more rain tan?
Actually, you're not cold until the rain hits you.
Yeah. I feel as if you know. I know you, said the prince, since I have heard you singing every day. You have a beautiful voice, and I love it when the birds sing out to you. You know about that, said Rapunzel. Yes, it may be the only thing I like, since I've not chosen or no choice but to stay here in this same old tower day after day, my whole life long. Rapunzel told the prince about the witch, and she told him that since the world was such a very bad place, she must always stay in the tower room. But the world is not a bad place at all, said the prince. He told Rapunzel about flowers and festivals, gardens and games, puddles and puppies, or strawberries and the secrets, and she was fascinated. And so many hours went by, and at last Rapunzel said to the prince, "You must go now. The witch may come back at any time." "Very well," he said, "but I will be back tomorrow." Rapunzel threw her braids out the window, and the prince climbed down. The next day, the prince came back up the Rapunzel's room, and he said, "I have a surprise for you." He had brought her a basket of strawberries. As she tasted a strawberry, Rapunzel thought, "What I was told is not true. The world can be a very fine place. What else is there that I am missing?" And she said to the prince, "Well, I must go out of this tower as soon as I can. But how?" Well, the prince said, "I can come and go by holding onto your braids. But once I am down, the problem is, how do we get you down, too?" Then, suddenly, Rapunzel had an idea. "Bring me a half of silk each time you, or a ball of silk each time you come. I will weave the silk into a ladder. Silk folds up so small that the witch won't see it. And when the ladder gets long enough to reach the ground, I will follow you by climbing down the silk ladder." "That will work," cried the prince, and he moved closer to Rapunzel. "You know, out in the world, when two people like each other very much, they can do something very special. It's called getting married, and that means the two people can be together always. Do you think you might want to get married someday?" "Maybe," said Rapunzel. "There is so much I have to learn about the outside world, and we can still spend time together even if we are not married. Isn't that right?" "Well, of course," said the prince, thinking that he can be patient. And every day after that, the prince brought one ball of silk to Rapunzel, and over time she weaved the silk into a long ladder. On Rapunzel's 18th birthday, the witch spoke to her in a sharp voice. "I am sick and tired of hearing you go on and on about being alone in this tower all the time. Know this, Rapunzel, that is not going to change. You will stay in this tower forever." "Who says I'm alone in this room all the time?" said Rapunzel. "What?" said the witch. "Who's been up here with you?" "No one," said Rapunzel at once in fear. "I mean, no one but you." The witch did not believe her. She looked everywhere in the room for something to prove that someone else had been there. She found the ladder and held it high in the air. She yelled, "What is this? And what is the meaning of this?" My friend, the prince, brought it to me, and he brought me silk, and I made the ladder," said Rapunzel. "You will never see this prince again," yelled the witch, and she took out a knife. Snip, snip, and Rapunzel's lovely braid was cut off. Holding the braid in one hand, the witch laughed an evil laugh, and with a stroke of her magic, Rapunzel was cast off into a faraway desert. But the witch stayed in the tower a room. Such news, now she knew the prince would soon return, and the witch did not have to wait long. Before long, the prince was calling at the bottom of the tower, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." And so that is how he did it, said the witch, holding tightly to one end of Rapunzel's braids. She threw the braid out the window. The prince took hold and climbed up. When he got to the window, he was very surprised to see the witch. "Where is Rapunzel?" he called out. "What have you done with her? You will never see her again," called the witch. And the old woman pushed the prince so hard that he lost his hold of the window, and down, down, down he fell. Prince landed in some briars, and he that helped with the fall. But the bushes had thorns, and some of them went into his eyes, and the prince was blinded. For 2 years, the blind, the poor blind prince, wandered the world looking for Rapunzel, and from morning to night he called for her, but it was no use. And at last he reached a desert, and one day he heard some beautiful singing. "I would know that voice anywhere," he exclaimed. It was his dear Rapunzel, and he went closer and closer to the voice he knew so well. "My prince," called Rapunzel when she saw him. The two of them hugged each other right there, and the two tears of joy dropped from Rapunzel's face onto the eyes of the prince. All at once he could see again. What happened next? Well, you might have well guessed it. It was a pretty good idea. The prince and Rapunzel went back to the kingdom where the prince lived. During all that time apart, both of them came to realize that it was right between them and decided to be married. A few years later, the prince became the king of the land, and Rapunzel became queen. The two of them lived happily ever after, as you might have expected. The end. Alrighty then, now it's the Daily Bread portion of the program. And the Daily Bread portion of the program is going to be brought to you today by the Bible with Briscoe 2024. The Bible with Briscoe 2024 is a daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. Today's reading in the Bible with Briscoe 2024 will be 2 Kings 4 through 6 and Luke 24, 36 through 53. Alrighty, today's devotion in the Daily Bread portion of the program is Eyes to See. 2 Kings 6:15 through 23. Eyes to See. 2 Kings 6:15. When the servant of the man of God got up and went out early the next morning, an army with horses and chariots had surrounded the city. "Oh no, my lord, what shall we do?" the servant asked. "Don't be afraid," the prophet answered. "Those who are with us are more than those who are with them. And Elisha prayed, open his eyes, Lord, so that he may see. And then the Lord opened the servant's eyes, and he looked and saw the hills full of horses and chariots of fire all around Elisha. And as the enemy came down toward him, Elisha prayed to the Lord, strike this army with blindness. So he struck them with blindness, as Elisha had asked. Elisha told them, this is not the road, and this is not the city. Follow me, and I will lead you to the man that you are looking for. And he led them to Samaria. After they entered the city, Elisha said, Lord, open the eyes of these men so they can see. And then the Lord opened their eyes, and they looked, and there they were, inside Samaria. And when the king of Israel saw them, he asked Elisha, shall I kill them, my father? Shall I kill them? And do not kill them. He answered, would you like those you have captured with your own sword or bow? Set food and water before them so that they may eat and drink, and then go back to their master. And so he prepared a great feast for them. And after they had finished eating and drinking, he sent them away, and they returned to their master. So the bands from Aram stopped, the bands from Aram stopped raiding Israel's territory. So there you have it. That was the Daily Bread portion of the program. Eyes to see. Alrighty then. Hey, that's it. That's all. That's the Shin Show in a nutshell. That was brought to you today by the Bible with Briscoe 2024, a daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. Thanks for tuning in. We'll check you all later. Hey, fan, sorry, but I've got storms going on over here, and I'm afraid I'll lose power. And well, if I do, I really want to be off the computer so it doesn't short it out, blow it out, and be done with it. All right. Alrighty then, we're gonna have to shut her down. All right. God bless y'all. Have a great day. This here's been Shingo Briscoe saying hello and how are you? Thanks for tuning in to the Shin Show, and as always, you know, God loves you, and so do I. So come back and see us again tomorrow. Well, goodbye, my friends. It's a time to go. I said goodbye, my friends. It's a time to go. I hate to leave you, but hey, I really must go. So, goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. God bless y'all. See you tomorrow.